Recording.
Recording? We're recording?
Yep.
We're recording?
Yay.
Okay, we gotta hold it kind of far away.
Yeah. Oh, there we go. Yeah, I can be heard. There we go.
Like that.
Yeah, there we go. I can hear myself.
It's like we're doing a duet. Do you want to be Johnny Cash?
I love Johnny Cash.
I'll be what's her name? Reese Witherspoon.
Oh yeah. I forget her name in the movie. Forget his wife's name already.
June Carter Cash.
Yeah.
June Carter.
It was a good movie. I really loved Walk the Line.
It's one of my top 10, I think. Top 10.
Really?
Yeah.
It's a great film, man. I love it. Anyway, we're back with a podcast.
Are we recording?
Yeah, we're recording.
We're going? Okay, let's go.
So this is podcast number 4?
4, yeah. Because 1, 3?
Yeah, because the other 2 we did with Will, then the number 1 we did just us. So this is 4.
This is number 4. Wow, podcast number 4, Will.
4.
4.
4.
Oh, shoot.
Oh, disrespectful.
Turn your phone off.
Also,
man.
I will turn my phone off.
Oh, I should wait.
Oh, man, it's just, you guys.
I gotta mute my ding, my watch.
There you go.
We have to blame Arya for the disturbance.
Yep.
You know,
Thanks,
while
Arya.
Will's adjusting his watch, I gotta say,
Yeah.
Randall,
Yeah.
you need to suggest a happy movie next time. You need to suggest a happy movie.
God.
Buster Scruggs was happy.
I've
like
been-
in the
Bruh.
beginning.
Dude,
No, it was not.
It was-
I've
in
been
the
thinking
beginning, it
about
was
that
happy.
third scene
The third
every
one.
day.
Yeah. Wait, are we gonna transition into the discussion?
Oh, no, this is just a footnote.
Okay.
Randall, stop with the sad shit.
Buster
It
Scruggs.
was sad for
ridiculous.
most of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my god.
95% of it was sad.
But
It was terrible.
The two acts were
No.
hilarious. You didn't like the 2 acts?
I
Skip 1
I
and
liked
2?
everything,
Yeah.
but fucking sad.
It is. It's a sad. There's a lot of sad skits in
Yeah.
it.
Let's start with some trailers first. Let's go over the trailers.
Guess we can talk briefly since we gotta be
Should
do this
we-
one short.
Should we start with the big one, Frozen 2?
Oh god.
Yeah. You know what? Why? Frozen
Why?
came out in 2013.
Because
and
it's a-
2019.
Because it did so well that why not?
Why not
make
make
another
more?
one?
Yeah, why not make more money, right?
Yeah, but it's.
That is
a
Disney's way. Hello, look at
It-
that on the wall right there. Star Wars: The Force Awakens.
I was going over it with my brother, and we agree that did they nerf down her powers? Because she froze a lake.
Yeah.
I think so.
I think
too.
like a wave would be nothing.
This is like
Yeah.
Halloween 4, where Jamie, the character Jamie is all powerful, and then in 5 she stops talking, and then she was the most strongest character, and then they make her so weak in the sequel.
Yeah.
I think this is they're killing their main character again.
Yeah,
Like
what's
they're
going
making
on?
her weak.
Yeah.
Is that Paul Rudd behind you on Polaroid?
Yeah,
It is.
I did. So I printed out continuity Polaroids because I didn't know what else to print out on this Fujifilm Polaroid.
Wow.
Printer.
Looks like you were like buds with Paul Rudd.
That,
back in,
I
like,
can say I
85.
did back in
We need to
back
set
when I
up
was
a-
3.
It's hard to tell because he's like immortal.
Yeah.
True.
That might be right now. We wouldn't
Yeah.
know. Ant-Man.
We need to set up a camera at the places we record, just so that people know what visually we're seeing.
Yeah, we can blast it out.
The only real ones are over there, but
on the YouTube.
But that's my favorite photo, though, of you and Wes.
yeah,
That's an amazing. I can't believe you scored that.
yeah.
My
Wait,
other.
wait, that's Wes Craven?
Mhm.
I thought that was
My grandpa. Yeah. Randall thought that was my grandpa. He was like, "Oh yeah, that's my
I
grandpa."
thought that was George Carlin.
Yeah,
for
I
the-
think
yeah.
it looks like George Carlin. That's what I was thinking.
Oh my god.
But my second favorite photo that you have is one with Marilyn Manson. I'm
Oh,
so
yeah.
jealous of you.
Dude,
It's,
met
I haven't
Manson?
printed that one out.
Oh damn.
So
That one
jealous
was-
of you, man.
He was tall and Marilyn Manson.
He's tall and greasy.
No.
So, what'd you guys think of the Frozen trailer?
I thought it was. I like that they're bringing it back because it could torture parents who have children to have
Oh,
them
yeah.
sing "Let It Go."
Yeah.
You can feel the money
You can feel the
bleeding out of
money
your
bleeding
pockets.
Oh,
out of
yeah,
your pockets.
absolutely.
Exactly. As long
I
as
like-
it's not Cars 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Oh my god, Cars
Let
needs
that
to go away.
Let that die.
Yeah.
Except the ride. The ride at Disneyland's pretty.
Oh, the ride is one of my favorite rides at Disneyland, man.
My favorite part about that ride was when I went there
Mm.
in 2012. I think it just first came out.
Yeah.
I was in line for 2 hours.
Yeah, that sounds right.
I ate about $75 worth of ice cream because because they had the vendors there and
Yeah.
they see you melting and they're like, "Oh, you want ice cream? Come ride our ride."
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. But I like the there was a army of Svens. That's his name, right?
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, there
Is
was
that his family?
this horde of just reindeer, man. I was like, where did they come from? What the hell's going on?
It's his brothers
Yeah.
or sisters
Yeah.
or anywhere in between. You know, we live in a new time now, so we gotta. There may be some intersex reindeers running with him.
I don't think it applies to wild animals, though.
Oh.
What was the other trailers we were going
Yesterday.
over? Yes.
So that
Yes.
that one came as a surprise.
Dude, I'm
It-
kind of hyped for that
it's-
one, man.
It's like I'm glad that we're getting a Beatles movie, but I'm also glad we're not getting like a Mamma Mia type of musical.
Is it a Beatles movie? It's
It's a
not.
Beatles.
It's a not Beatles movie.
I think it's a Beatles. Yeah.
it's a.
Spoiler alert: the Beatles don't exist in this world.
You know, I'm kind of interested to see it. Like when the trailer finished out, I was like, okay, I'm definitely gonna see this. But as I thought about it, I'm like, this kind of looks like a Disney Channel premise. Like there's an incident, a guy wakes up, he's the only one that knows what's going on, and he's like, okay, I gotta make this situation to my advantage.
Yeah.
But I am interested to see it, though. I'm very excited to see it.
I think, I mean, I saw a lot of negative comments online, but then that again, everyone bitches about how Hollywood's not original. This is an original movie,
Yeah,
you
it's
know.
a simple concept, and
It's
then
a-
you just
yeah,
gotta go with it, man.
Exactly.
I agree, absolutely, yeah.
It also has Lily Collins in it, so.
Ooh,
Oh
and
yeah,
it's,
that's right.
Oh, Mamma Mia! There you go again. oh wow! I walked myself into that one. Okay.
She's
Take a step
baby,
back.
Baby Driver. Oh, what's her name in Baby Driver? Like a
Toddler?
really common name. Deborah.
Deborah.
What else we got?
Um,
Pet Cemetery. That one looks pretty creepy. I don't know if I'll watch that in theaters.
the first one, the original, I like the twist. The twist they put on the story, which is kind of interesting. So
There's like a Stephen King renaissance going on right now.
yeah,
There's a resurgence of all his movies.
I hope
Thanks to it.
it does well.
No thanks to The Dark Tower. That one bombed. I shoot with my hand, not with my heart.
Oh yeah, we have the
Doesn't
Shining.
he shoot with his heart and he uses his hand for something else?
Trick shot reloads. Oh man.
We have the Shining sequel coming out too, right? So
What?
yeah,
Really?
Oh, that's the far. It's like years later, right?
yeah. Ewan McGregor's gonna play the kid, so
Wow.
Ewan McGregor needs to.
be Obi-Wan in the movie.
Obi-Wan in
yeah,
the movie.
come on, Disney, jump on that, man.
Yeah, stop playing around, man.
They put his
With your
They
Mandalorian,
put his voice
Ryan
in
Johnson
Force
trilogy.
Awakens. It was like R.A., like Ray, and then that was like his voice, but it was him saying another word in the like episodes 1, 2, or 3. But his voice is in it. Like not Obi-Wan. What's the name of it? Ewan, Awan,
Oh.
McGregor.
Ewan McGregor?
Ewan
Well,
McGregor.
No, he came back to record. It was the guy who played the original Obi-Wan. They did something
that's
to
what
his
it
voice.
is.
The British guy, the old
Yeah,
dude.
so you kind of filled in the blanks. They pulled
Right.
they pulled a Samuel Loomis of Halloween H2O, where they got a imitator.
Yeah, that's right. That's what the story was.
Props to the original Obi-Wan, by the way, because
Yeah.
I don't think he knew how big this
Props
was going
to
to get.
George
Oh, no,
Lucas's
yeah.
ex-wife for making that a really big hit,
Yeah.
and we wouldn't have Star Wars today.
Also, props to George Lucas, because I was listening to the Rewatchables. They're going over The Godfather.
Mm-hmm.
And George Lucas pushed Francis Ford Coppola to direct that because
Really?
Oh wow.
Francis Ford is notorious for being not good with his money.
Yeah.
And they had a production company, and George was like, you have to direct this because
That's
we need to
pretty
make
cool.
money.
Yeah.
So
Oh wow. That's
we'd have no Godfather if it wasn't for George. Thank
Yeah.
you for that.
That's true.
Background
Damn
action.
greases. The
was that?
finger gauntlet. No,
That's our pod.
that's our podcast.
Do you like
name,
it?
The
Do you like the name,
three-finger
Will?
gauntlet.
Is it too sexual sounding?
It's on. For a minute there, I read it as finger banging, but finger gauntlet. I like it. When I looked it up, what it was, I thought it was pretty cool.
Is that a thing?
Finger banging?
Oh no, I meant a 3-finger gauntlet. I just thought because
a finger gauntlet is like the thing that guys wear, the knights wear.
so there's like 3 of us, and
Yeah.
Yeah, it's better because mixed plate is copyrighted.
yeah,
So,
so 3-finger. It's just something I thought up.
Yeah.
And
You know,
That's right.
I looked up 3-Finger Gauntlet because I thought that was a movie trailer, and I couldn't find it for the life of me. I'm like, what movie is Brandon recommending?
No,
me
it's
to
did
It's
you
not a
find it
movie.
in
Yeah,
a
no, I
sci-fi
figured.
asylum movie
it's
called?
from my brain.
Yeah.
Okay, Aladdin.
Oh my
Okay, wait, I
God.
can't. See, you guys have. Oh my God, I've never seen the
fresh.
cartoon.
Let's get a fresh
I
take
haven't
from
seen
Will,
the
'cause he
cartoon,
doesn't
so
know.
I thought it looked pretty cool.
Oh, you're
Will
in?
Smith look cool?
Yeah, I mean, I've seen the genie
Yeah.
like on TV, like the pictures and stuff online, but I haven't seen him in person. Not in person, but like in action, and
Right.
I don't know. I think it's cool.
He looks like a monster.
He looked fucking
touched the
creepy.
basketball in Space Jam.
But
That's right.
but I didn't like the guy playing Aladdin because he looked weird. I've seen the visuals, but I've never seen the story, so I don't know. But
Let's be honest.
I don't have the Robin Williams nostalgia that everyone else has. So
Everybody looks weird except for Carpet and Apu
and Princess
and,
Jasmine.
and Yago. Even Princess Jasmine, I don't know if that's she doesn't look like a
Pink-
princess, man.
I just love
Ranger.
Jafar's voice. Bring me the lamp. It's the most hilarious voice.
Bring me the lamp.
I died laughing when I heard him speak. I'm like, who chose this guy to freaking...
I don't know.
Well, I mean, I remember in Once Upon a Time they had I think it was it Omar? Not Omar.
So you watch ABC's Once Upon a Time, but
He-
you haven't seen
Yeah.
any
It was all
Disney
brand new to me
movie?
when I saw the show. He played. Oh my gosh, I'm drawing a blank. Oded Fair. I think he played Jafar in the TV show.
It's cheating.
That's not cheating.
Who
is it
should we have
cheating?
played Jafar? Oh, how about the guy that played Jafar? Ah.
Yeah, okay, so I'm not a CGI guy, right? I don't know anything about how it works or whatever, but when I noticed the lines on Will Smith's face, like, glued onto the bald
was
head...
it a bullshit?
It looked... I mean, to me, I noticed it. I noticed where they copied and pasted his face.
I think they have enough time for them to. I think you know what it was. They should have. If they always say this trailer's out, their computer graphics aren't done yet, but this is selling your story.
Yeah.
You should already have something
Genie's the
decent.
crux.
Exactly.
And how everyone has the Robin Williams nostalgia. So
They got time. They need to contact the Williams family, dub over Will Smith.
Yeah.
I'm
And-
surprised they didn't
Yeah,
do that.
no, I was thinking about that.
Make it
No,
Robin
exactly.
Williams.
They should have. But then that means that the story is going to be definitely different, right? If
Yeah, but like I was kind of hoping that I would hear Robin's voice as the genie again, and they would just have got the audio from the original cartoon and put it in the movie. I was kind of hoping for it. I knew it
Well,
wasn't.
wouldn't that be a rehash though? And then
It would, yeah.
nothing original.
Yeah, I agree. And that's why I wasn't having high hopes for it to actually be real, but there was that part of me that I really want to hear Robin in this genie.
So the movie Long Shot looks decent. We're in a drought right now because we're in the in-between the Oscar big movies and the
Just
summer
tomorrow.
blockbusters.
Incredibles is going to beat Spider-Man into Spider-Verse.
No, it's not. Spider-Verse has to take it.
No,
we gotta
I don't
have
think so.
The next podcast, we gotta just talk about the Oscars
We
and
should
then go
just
into
find a day during the week.
Yeah. Talk about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll see. My
gonna be huge.
my schedule's not closed yet, so
Right. Yeah.
we still have some
Oh,
time.
by the way, let's do a little bit of advertising because Brandon Hagio is in a Kumakuhua show titled what's the title, Brandon?
The Watcher of Waipuna. It just got cast. I still don't even know who I'm acting with yet,
Oh, really?
but I know
Nice.
I'm in it.
Congratulations.
So thank you.
Is there a? Oh, so you don't know who you're playing?
I'm playing Gilbert Sanchez,
Okay.
but
Gilbert
there's
Sanchez.
gonna be three of us. So
Oh, cool.
Kirk's in it.
Are you
Oh,
going to
nice.
be like three, as in three people playing the same character, as in
I think
progressing?
I
as
think
age?
he's losing his mind, so his
Ooh.
personality is gonna be split. So
That's pretty cool.
yeah, we're gonna see how that looks.
Nice.
Harry Wong's directing, so
Oh, legend.
catch us in end of March.
End of March is
Nice.
the show.
Ooh, that's kind of soon. End of March.
Kumu shows are always gonna be fine. They always pull together.
We'll be fine.
Yeah.
Come watch it, whoever's listening. I think we have one listener so far.
We have one subscriber.
Who is
I
that?
don't know.
I'll-
It's just one subscriber.
I'm on this podcast and I'm not even subscribed to it. So there'll be two by the end of the day.
But yeah, let's go support Brandon.
Yeah.
And then, I think next podcast you'll have official dates for us so that we
Cool,
can...
cool.
Well, it's gonna run March 21st to April 20th, I think.
Nice.
So that'll be it.
Awesome.
Acting.
Nice.
I'm back.
We're gonna see Brandon Hagio give another great performance. I've always loved your performances, by the way.
Thank you.
I've always loved them.
Thank you.
So speaking of performance,
Which trailer is this?
Buster Scruggs.
Oh, we gotta talk about the
Ballad
movie
of
now.
Buster
Yay,
Scruggs.
we gotta talk
Ballad
about
of
it.
Buster Scruggs.
Okay.
No, wait.
I'm giving that
Okay.
a Randall rating of a 0 to
Randall
4.
rating of 0 out of 4. What?
Okay.
For
So,
story.
It's a Coen brothers.
For
So-
visual, a 2 out of 4, and for acting, 3 out of 4. I hated that movie.
Wow,
I hate
really?
anthologies. It's not.
Mm.
This was like a Twilight Zone thing, where it was. I was just getting annoyed. I really liked the valley scene with the gold miner.
Oh, with
That was
Tom Waits.
really,
Tom Waits.
really beautiful visuals. I want to
simple.
look into it. I want to make sure. I want to see, is that a real place? Like, did they really go to a place and film
It looks
that?
like they filmed on location for that.
So-
So, you can't really. Can you CG?
I
all
know.
of
I
it?
like the ending story too, but at the same time, it's just I can't handle anthologies.
That was my least favorite because I was like, oh, they're dead, and then I had to just sit and wait for them to be like, oh, we're dead. Oh,
Right.
spoilers, by the way. We're deep
But I
diving.
like Tyne Daly, so that's
Yeah.
she was good.
Yeah.
I like the. Well, I wish they could have made cuts for the Frontier one, Traveling
Oh,
West,
right. Yeah.
with Zoe's
I've seen that actress
Zoe
before. I don't know.
Kazan. Zoe
'Cause,
Kazan.
yeah.
Yeah.
She was in the Big Sick.
Oh, that's
Oh.
right. She was
Yeah.
the main chick. Yeah.
Yeah, she was awesome in that.
No, she was really good. I loved her in that movie.
She's still attractive with like zero makeup on and just like
Oh, yeah.
simple.
Yeah, absolutely.
That was a good fight scene though. With
Oh,
I
yeah,
had to-
yeah.
I-
old dude fighting the
You know,
Indians.
Randall, come on, give
Yeah.
me a movie
The
that
Comanche.
I can enjoy the Netflix trial that I had to sign up for to watch these movies.
Just sign up for Netflix, man. There's so
We
much
just
stuff
got
you
rid
can
of
watch in
Netflix.
there.
I got to re-sign up for the trial.
Welcome back.
Welcome back.
Can't go away.
So, Will, because I'm the one that recommended Buster Scruggs, I want to hear more about your thoughts. Unless that's it, but I would love to hear more about your gripes with the movie. If you have any more.
Ah, come on. I liked it.
I didn't.
Cohen, classic.
See, I don't know. Maybe I
Shot beautifully.
I think beautifully it's shot great, but maybe because I'm just not a Coen Brothers fan. So
You don't like Coen Brothers. You don't like Robert Rodriguez.
no.
and you don't like Quentin Tarantino.
I don't like
I'm going-
Tarantino. He don't like
I
Robert
don't like-
Rodriguez.
I don't
Dude, that's like
Greg.
top
That's a-
three.
See, again, that is another guy right there with the Pulp Fiction, the anthology, like, or not anthology, but it's just like multiple stories all in
There's
one.
nothing you can say that will make me not like Pulp Fiction. That movie is so good. That movie is so good. I can't.
I'm with Brandon on this. I love Pulp Fiction. Yeah.
You know,
I'm gonna.
I don't have anything really more to say about Buster Scruggs. I wrote some.
First scene was great. I just.
But
fell
you
in
know
love
what's
with it,
funny
the
though? I
singing.
skimmed through it because I don't like westerns. Okay.
Oh, really?
I'm the kind
that's
of person
interesting.
who does not include Back to the Future Part 3 as a, because
When he kicked the table and made the guy shoot himself in the head 3 times. Come on.
I think
That was beautiful.
I think that's probably one of the reasons why I didn't like the movie, because it just was in that era.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm not a Western fan.
How about the Franco scene? That was simple. It was fun. Hot shot.
Yeah, but
Fan shot.
but then it's like putting Brad Pitt in a zombie movie. It's like James Franco and.
Yeah, he did a good
I'll
job.
be
though.
honestly,
He was- he
I'll
was-
be honest though. The
he
only
committed.
Western I actually enjoyed was the Seth
Django.
MacFarlane
Oh,
comedy.
oh, that's interesting.
Oh,
Which
get
always
out
so
of here.
long.
That was
And
terrible.
Liam Neeson.
Really? Okay.
How about Django?
Django.
There'd be no Buster Scruggs
Django
if
and
Django wasn't around.
Django. And
Django like
I
made
didn't have
westerns cool again.
I didn't-
Hateful Eight.
Okay, so with that, no,
Hateful Eight's not really western though. You could have put that
No.
anytime and it would have been beautiful.
So with that being said, with how you like 100 Ways to Die in the West and how I like Buster Scruggs.
I'm a minimalist. I'm boring.
No, so like
Boring.
for me, because I've seen A Million Ways to Die in the West, this is my opinion, but I thought Buster Scruggs was a better version of A Million Ways to Die in the West because they had similar topics of
That's what I kind of picked up.
yeah.
That this is, it's the Wild Wild West.
It's a
anything
human
goes.
story about death and
Yeah.
humanity. Fucking Liam Neeson, man.
But
Yeah,
What
yeah.
a-
fucking chicken.
I thought.
I didn't think about it, but he doesn't talk to the dude
Yeah.
when they're not working together. He doesn't even talk to him.
Right.
He wasn't even a person to him.
Poor Dudley.
Yeah.
Was that his name, Dudley?
No, I mean, he plays Dudley in Harry Potter.
That's
Oh,
right.
He was
Yeah,
super
yeah.
skinny though.
No wonder I recognized him.
Yeah.
I was like, who is this guy? He looks familiar.
Yeah,
It's nice
I
to
was-
see Harry Potter actors doing other work.
Yeah, besides...
I was trying to figure
Emma
out
Stone,
who the
or not
kid
Emma
was.
Stone,
Emma
Emma
St-
Watson. Wow.
Emma Stone.
Emma Watson.
Emma Stone.
Emma Stone, and that would have been fantastic, too.
Oh, Emma Stone.
But
I will death eat her.
Jesus Christ.
I took a picture with. I didn't take a picture with her, but I took a picture of her on her phone one time on set of Aloha. She's like, "Hey, take a picture of me and these guys." I'm like, "Sure." And then after that, I'm like, "I should ask for a picture because that'll never happen ever again."
Yeah.
5 years later,
Damn.
hasn't happened.
You're never going to see her
I'm never
again.
gonna see her
Yeah.
again.
My ex's mom gave her back massages because she was on
Really?
set, yeah. She worked on Bill Murray and Emma
You should go
Stone.
into the favorite section.
I don't know.
No.
What?
Is that professional?
I mean, if
You know
you're
what?
Getting paid.
Top off.
Bill Murray is so random. This is so off topic, but I remember one day he just showed up randomly, without any announcement, and
Isn't
just
that his
started
thing?
talking to people. Walked into the scene, and then the dark's like, "Oh, hey, Bill's here." Yeah.
I wish I got to see him because that last scene was filmed at Mark's garage.
Oh, was it really?
Yeah.
Oh wait,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah.
I fucking hate that.
Were
night.
you?
Because they didn't put it in the movie, or the.
Oh,
they
it was at
did.
the end. It was at the
Mark's
very
Garage
end.
did, but like them talking on the phone,
Oh yeah.
that
yeah.
wasn't in the movie. They took it out.
But I fell in love with Buster Scruggs. The moment the movie opened up, I fell in love with it.
Oh yeah.
Was that
fucking
in?
good?
Was it in theaters?
No.
It's a Netflix movie.
Yeah.
Oh God! So how did it get nominated for an Oscar? I thought Netflix.
Cause it's good.
I thought Netflix was like banned from the Oscars until this year.
I think the Oscar guys are desperately trying to like get on the modern train because cable's dying, right? Netflix is the new cable in a sense. So I think they're really trying to include a lot of
Until the internet
stuff.
goes out and we lose all connection, and
Yeah.
we're back to VHS tapes.
Yeah. But,
Damn, if Netflix goes away, my DVD collection is lacking right now, man.
You know what's funny though? I mean, because it's amazing how, I guess, that story, the way it was told. I mean, it was good, but I hated it because again, I hate westerns. I hate westerns, and I hate westerns.
Damn.
Yeah,
Oh, those 2 points of
I'm
I
not a
hate
fan of the
Western.
Coen brothers. They're good directors. I have tons of respect for their originality and their creative decisions, but just not a fan.
No Country for Old Men. You didn't like that?
That scared me.
Yeah,
That
of
movie
course.
scared the fuck out of me. That was like a Mexican
Call it.
Spanish Terminator. Like that guy freaked me out.
Yeah.
I don't even know how old I was when I saw that movie, but
Came out 07.
so I was old, young.
But yeah.
Still young.
But no, like just the way that like Buster Scruggs, like I love how there's some success that's comedic, and then it hits the emotions really hard in like
Yes.
2 scenes later, and then it kind of, even though the skits are inconsistent in tone, it's consistent in quality, which I really love.
That's what I was hoping for everything to wrap up in one connection, but it wasn't. It was a beginning, middle, and end for each segment.
Yeah.
Which kind of bugged the hell out of me.
I don't know. It's just these little vignettes, and like this, like the world is there, and these people exist in it, and there's rules.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I can't really talk much about it other than the fact that I loved it. The scene with Buster Scruggs, that's my favorite one. The Buster Scruggs skits is my favorite.
Tom
From
Waits
the-
is my favorite.
That's my second favorite. I love the Gold Rush Mountain.
Yeah.
I love that one. It made me feel victorious just watching this old guy just work hard for what he.
Mr. Pockets, I'm gonna find
Yeah.
you.
It was just so rewarding to see him walk away with it, and I loved it. That's my favorite. That's my second favorite skit.
Well, what I liked was during the transitions, they had the pictures with the little text at the bottom.
Yeah.
It gave me anxiety because I was like, what's gonna happen that leads to this point?
Yeah.
Especially the Westward Bound one where he's like, he didn't know what to say to his friend.
Yeah.
And I was like, what does he not know what to say?
Yeah, that's another thing. Like the way that they wrote the text or the storybook, it's so well written and it's so consistent with the time era that they're portraying to the audience. Like almost like they put so much thought into this entire anthology that I love it. You know.
I would read the book.
Oh yeah,
If it was a book, I would read it.
It is a book.
Yeah.
In the movie, it is.
Yes.
I assumed it was short stories of a book that someone's reading to their child. That's kind of thing, you know.
To my knowledge, there's only 2 of them that's legitimate books, and that's the Gold Rush Mountain, which was written by Jack London.
Oh, cool.
And then the Oregon Trail one is written by somebody else. But the other ones, the 3 out of the 6 is by the Coen Brothers. That's their written stories.
So let's give it a. You already gave your rating, Will. So
It's a 3 out of 4.
3. Oh, no, it's a 3 out of 4.
3 out of 4 in acting. Sorry, I kind of split it up.
Several ratings.
0 out of 4, and now it's a 3
0 out of 4 in story because I lost interest. 2 out of 4 for visual because Gold Rush was great, and 3 out of 4 for acting because I was intrigued by everyone's acting.
Wait.
So what do you give it as a total?
Total.
Add it up. 10 out of 4.
Are we going? Wait, are we doing the Randall?
Yeah,
Randall rating. Randall rating.
That's my preferred rating. You can do like whatever rating you want.
3 out of 4.
3 out of 4.
With all together, yeah.
Randall, what do you?
4 out of 4.
4 out of 4.
Give it the full dollar.
I give it 3.7. 3.7 out of 4. It's really good.
Yeah. It's one of my favorite films of last year, honestly.
I agree. I was like, I'm sold. This was fantastic.
Not as good as Edge of 17.
Yeah, let's.
Okay.
I got a good transition to it. So in the movie, Haley Steinfeld wears a Big Lebowski shirt that says "A Dude Abides."
Yeah.
It's a Coen Brothers movie.
Right. Yeah.
And Woody Harrelson was in No Country.
True.
Yeah.
So we go from Coen Brothers to
Edge of 17.
Edge of 17
To a depressing.
not Edge of Tomorrow.
Yeah, I watched the wrong movie.
We can talk
Edge of Tomorrow.
We can talk about that one day because
that
was a good one too, man.
I have things to say about Edge of Tomorrow.
And then I realized, 2 different words.
Yeah.
But Edge of 17, what'd you guys think?
I liked it. I really liked it. I found it a very enjoyable experience.
Tell me this: who is this movie made for?
Asian boys.
Asian boys with white girl crushes.
I think it can be well rounded into teens to adults because adults can relate to this stuff.
I don't know because I was thinking about it because I work at a mental health facility. We show movies to kids. I was like, can I show this to my kids at work? And I was like, underage sex, alcohol. What else is in there? Suicide.
Is there? Oh yeah. No,
Well,
really?
The mention of suicide.
Yeah, because I was thinking like no one really offs themselves in the movie.
It's rated R though, so that's what I liked about it.
I did a little bit of research and Woody Harrelson improv'd almost all of his lines in that movie.
You can tell, like
that's why it was so on point.
He did a beautiful job. I loved his character.
He was real. He cares, but he doesn't care.
Yeah.
You know, he's just enough of a influence on her life. You know.
Right. Yeah. I thought he was one of the best actors in there, and I know that what's her name, Haley, the main girl,
Steinfeld.
She did a wonderful job as well. I loved every second she was on screen.
Yeah.
And
it was pretty good.
The director, that's her first movie. She's pretty hot too.
Yeah, that's what I heard. Well, I mean the fact that it's her first film, not the fact that she's hot.
Look her up. She's kind of hot, man.
But no, like the fact that it's her directorial debut.
Good job, yeah.
Yeah, amazing job. She really knocked it out of the park with this film.
Mm-hmm. How's that text message she sent?
So for those that don't know, Will texted us saying, "What was the 3 movies we're supposed to watch?" I text back, Buster Scruggs, Edge of 17, and Nightmare on Elm Street. Then he's like, "Fuck, I watched Edge of Tomorrow." Then me and Brad, we didn't respond for a good 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Because we didn't know what to say.
Yeah. Thanks for leaving me in the dust.
The Full Metal bitch.
So,
But Will, what are your thoughts of
Edge of 17? What'd you think?
I thought it was a good movie.
Wasn't sad, was it?
I liked that.
It wasn't sad. It was a
like
beautiful
that
ending.
you're following the story of two different people who are complete opposites. So you have Nadine, who's insecure about herself and pretty much an introvert, and then her brother, who's super secure and an extrovert.
Jock. Yeah.
And just the way they progress and how she thinks he's so perfect, but in reality he's really not that perfect. And then they go into the typical rom-com formula where the main character likes the guy that she'll never have, and the best friend is actually the
Lover.
The lover.
Yeah.
So I do like that the Hapa Asian guy gets the girl in the end. Wins her over with an animation or.
You know something?
Erwin.
That Asian guy, I thought he did such a great job because every awkward moment is so believable.
It was so awkward.
He was so great. I think he nailed that character perfectly. I don't know if that's just him, the actor, or if he did some major method acting thing or whatever.
Dude, I caught feels because like I was totally like that in high school when I was like talking to girls.
He was amazing. I loved him on screen, man. Like his little uncomfortable laughs that he does. I just busted out laughing because it's so real. It's so relatable.
Yeah.
You know, he's even the little characters are so great to watch. You know, almost every character is great to watch.
The guy that played Erwin was 11 years older than Haley Steinfeld in this movie.
Which one was Aaron, the brother? Right?
No, Erwin is the Asian guy.
Hayden Setzo.
Oh, really?
Setzo.
You know, so that actually leads me into a gripe I have with the movie.
Zetto?
Is that no one looks like they're in high school.
Haley
Oh,
does.
hello. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, except for him. Do they look like they're in high school?
I can't see, my glasses are
Oh, Randall.
Are they?
Do they look like they're in high school?
Paul Rudd looks like he could be in high school.
Well, he was in college during then. We're looking at my Polaroids on top of my wall.
Darian didn't really look like he was in high school. He looked
So,
like he was
I
like
mean,
Some of these
27.
people look like they're in high school.
We've gotten
Actually, no. I don't believe for one second.
none of them were in their teens. They were all in their 20s.
Right.
So
right.
I mean, I guess we're going back to the same formula back in the day where they would hire. Look at Saved by the Bell. They're all old.
Well, it's
come
kind
on.
of
So
Hollywood style.
does that really take away from the story though? If they don't look like a high schooler.
It doesn't take away from the story, but it takes away from the production value because after watching like films like 8th grade or mid 90s where they actually found kids the appropriate age to portray the character, I believe they can find actors with the right age to bring out a beautiful performance, and they don't have to rely on older actors.
I think Haley Steinfeld. She wasn't 18. She was.
She's still pretty young. She's like
was young
early
during
20s
during that
now.
time. So
Yeah. Okay, well, like, with the exception of Haley, they all looked like out of high school.
How about the friend? Her friend
The
looked
friend-
pretty.
the friend
Krista.
looked.
Krista looked young.
Yeah.
Crystal looked young enough, but believability for me was still iffy. I don't know what her actual age was at the time of 2016, but just from what I was watching, I was like...
I think it's just a rare, it's rare when you have that. 8th grade is, it's different. You can get away with hiring older people when you have a high school movie, but you don't get away with hiring an 18-year-old playing an 8th grader.
True,
So,
yeah, absolutely.
Come on.
Totally different, two different worlds.
Come on,
Right.
when we were in high school, I looked like I was still in grade school, and there's some dudes that look like they're 40.
Yeah.
Well, see,
That's
like,
just
I
how
mean,
it's how it
also
is, man.
kids nowadays,
Right.
they're so they're aging faster than we used to when we were younger. So
Social
Right.
media is just
yeah.
Right, and of course that may be the case. Like, maybe every kid, every extra was 18 or whatever the age was. But I don't believe that all the way, especially after the new information about the Asian guy being 11 years older. He looked old. He didn't look like he was in high school at all. And I guess my point is that
Was it his big forehead?
No, it was just he just didn't look like he was in his teens.
Was it when he jumped into the pool and it looked like all his hair was gone?
Yeah.
No, it was even before that. Even just
Holy
just
crap!
looking at him.
He's 33 years old.
Yeah, he's old, man.
Yeah, see,
Shit,
I mean, like,
he's older than me.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
so I mean, like,
He looks good, man.
I do believe that if you can find people that
Chinese,
look
that's
the
why.
age, it
Chinese?
gives the movie bonus points. But this movie didn't do
Okay.
that for me.
I thought as far as you're being super
that's-
critical, man.
No.
That's
but
like
I mean,
a
like, but that's
cosmetic
just me
thing.
though. Like
That's
I
like-
noticed these things.
That's like
you
if
know?
Freddie Mercury didn't have his buck ass teeth, would he still be Freddie Mercury if he had if he got dental work? You know what I mean?
Well, yeah, but the teeth is also reminiscent of Freddie, though.
Yeah.
And even if he didn't have it in real life and he still had the voice, of course he'd still be just as famous, you know? But the point is that he did have it, but my gripe is more with just the believability of age, you know?
But the performances were
Yeah.
top.
Performances were good, of course. I give it that, absolutely.
Well, also it's the mainline. Kids in the mainline look different than we do here. They don't have the Asian mix, so
Right.
they also look older.
You guys got any favorite lines from the movies? I like the one with the mom. She's like, whenever I get sad, I just imagine how everyone's just as empty and miserable as me. I thought that was a good one.
I don't know if I have any memorable quotes, but I do have a I have a favorite scene. It's when Haley gets picked up from the party, and then she's about to lay her problems on her mom. The mom's like, "Do you want to know what happened to me?" And he's like, "What happened to you, Mom?" I was cracking up, man. That was hilarious. Just to see this girl like, fuck. I wanted to vent, but whatever. I guess you can vent to me.
Yeah.
I thought that was downright funny, man.
Mm.
But that's my favorite scene. I mean, I don't know if I have a memorable quote, but if it would be, then I guess that would be it. Yeah.
Any last takes?
What about you? What's your favorite scene or quote?
It's when she sends a text.
Yeah.
I want you to put your mouth on my tits, and I want you to feel you inside me. We can do it in the Petland stock room.
You know, when Woody Harrelson was reading it, and he's like, look, see, it's not that bad. He keeps reading it, and he's like, I want to have your mouth on my tits. He's like, he couldn't believe what he was reading. It was funny. It was hilarious.
I think it's
I like how she's like, you gotta do something. You gotta like steal his laptop.
that portrays the awkwardness of being a teenager right there.
Yeah.
Like,
'Cause
you
even
send stupid shit like that, and it's so realistic. I've sent my fair share of stupid shit like that.
I still do that. What are you talking about?
But no, I mean, like, that's my point. Like, I don't have a gripe with any of the performances. I think they were all fantastic.
There's no bad guys too. Even the pet store guy, he was just
that's just how he rolls.
trying to hook up, you know?
Yeah, that's just how he rolls. He thought
like, my friends. Oh, I should listen to my friends. You know, just a regular dude thing.
Yeah, he was just looking for some ass, and then when he thought that, oh, okay, go get some ass, and then she's like, no, he's like, huh? I mean, like,
I think it also just it opened up some wounds for me, at least for my insecurities. So I could relate to her, but I think the villain here was herself.
Her anxiety.
Her anxiety.
Yeah.
Nadine was the villain of this story.
Oh, absolutely.
She was the protagonist and the antagonist because she made it upon herself to, make her issues.
I think Krista could have helped out in that transition phase though.
She's always the best friend, typical best friend in movies that don't do shit.
You know what I really like going back to the whole thing with Nadine being a villain, is that you have a character that has all the traits of being completely unlikable, but you're rooting for this girl. And that's what I love to see. I love to see characters that are right on the edge of being disliked by the audience, and then we're still rooting for them in the end.
Yeah.
That's what I really loved. Like, just the character of Nadine, I was like, oh, thank God.
It was a real movie.
Character. Yeah, exactly. It was a real movie. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
But no, I really enjoyed it. I
give it a 4 out of 4.
Wow.
Will's first 4 out of 4.
4 out of 4.
About damn time, too.
A kind of throwaway coming of age story.
I thought it was... yeah. I thought it was trash when I saw the trailer. I thought the trailer was trash.
Yeah, they didn't do that movie.
So that's why I didn't see it.
Really? I was interested when the trailer first came out.
So it was interesting.
I give it
4 out of 4.
You give it a 4?
No.
Oh.
What's your rating?
3 out of 4.
Yeah, I agree. 3 out of 4.
Okay.
Go watch it.
Yeah,
good
It's fun. If you haven't watched it, go watch it. It's good. You'll have a good time.
It's a good
on
movie.
Netflix.
Last movie is
Nightmare on Elm Street.
Did you guys even watch it?
I have a story for you guys.
What?
So the last time I watched
Wes
this
is
movie,
watching, so you better watch out.
the last time I watched this movie,
You didn't see it in theaters, did you?
no. Ohio State was they're playing in a championship game, so they're playing for the BCS championship. So my father took it upon him to graffiti the side of our house to say Ohio State. Anyway, I'm sitting by myself in the living room. It's like 2:00 in the morning. It's that scene where Freddy's walking down the alley, dragging his claws against the walls with his long arms, and somebody rings the doorbell.
Oh, God.
I nearly jumped out of my body.
Was
My
it your
soul
dad?
left my body. No, I freaked out. I was like, oh my God, Freddy Krueger's he's here. He's gonna come kill me. He's gonna chop me up, and I'm gonna be dead. I go to the door, and it's the police.
Oh, crap.
And they're just telling us that we got to get rid of that graffiti on the wall. But Damn, I was so scared.
Wait,
That's funny.
I was so
That's great.
scared.
was that the last time you saw it though?
Besides, yeah,
Really?
I don't watch it very often.
Did you watch it for this?
Yeah.
Oh, you did.
I watched the DVD.
Wait a minute. Why did the cops tell you to take something off your own house?
Because we were living in military housing, so it
Oh.
wasn't really
Oh, okay.
our place. So, oh my
I'll go
God.
last since I've already. That was so.
You want to go? Because you actually didn't go first for the 3 movies.
Yeah. Let's. I want to hear your.
I don't know. It's like because the movie's so old, it's almost like this is like the foundation for, a lot of horror movies.
Right.
The gore was extreme and it inspired, everything up till now. And thank you, Wes.
Yes.
Thank you for that. And it was just I don't know. Everything was there. Foundationally, it set the tone for every other horror movie that's ever come out since then.
Mm-hmm.
For like slasher films. I feel like if it wasn't for Freddy Krueger, Nightmare on Elm Street, we wouldn't have like the slasher genre.
Hey, we wouldn't have Johnny Depp too as well.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
His first movie.
That was his very first movie.
Yeah, his daughters. They pointed him out. They
They
said, "We
thought he
want
was
him.
hot."
We want him. Him.
Wes Craven's daughters was like
Him.
cast that hot boy.
Yeah, I guess
Oh
not.
my God.
And I think I could be wrong, but according to what I remember reading, Johnny Depp went to the audition because his friend was auditioning. And the girl saw him, and he's like,
Him.
And then Johnny Depp got the role. And I'm pretty sure he's no longer friends with the guy he went to the audition with.
Probably not.
What was Freddy's name? Actor name?
Robert Englund.
Robert Englund. He went with Mark Hamill
Right,
to audition for Star Wars,
That's.
and then Mark Hamill got it.
Yeah, that's what I heard too. Yeah.
So it gets passed on.
Oh god, that's a whole nother podcast with Mark Hamill's acting in the first trilogy. I'm sorry.
You know what?
No, I understand. I get it. I understand completely. But yeah, that's another podcast for another day.
What about your?
I think Nightmare on Elm Street does so many things right. Like, I was watching it to review this, review the movie with you guys, and I legitimately felt creeped out. I legitimately jumped in my chair while I was snuggled in my stupid Spider-Man blanket, and I was jumping left and right. I think the movie does something right that horror movies now, especially the modern Hollywood ones, they're not hitting anymore. And I think this movie is a staple in horror.
There's a build up to
Yes.
to the death scenes.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it's not just like sound effects like "Meow,"
Yeah.
or it's just creepy.
It's atmosphere.
Yeah.
It's atmospheric, and the atmosphere is so terrifying.
Yeah, because nowadays horror is just all jump scares and blood and
Yeah.
guts and
And I
how
hate
many screams and can we
Yeah.
put in a movie to?
Even Jordan Peele,
Oh yeah,
Oh,
he
yeah.
put that in there and Get Out. Yeah, there was a lot of that.
I wasn't a big fan of Get Out.
I didn't
Really?
see Get Out. The only thing I saw of Get Out was the hypno scene. That
Well,
was it.
let's before Us comes out, we should do a
Yeah, we should
fresh
review,
take of Get Out. We'll just talk about it before it comes out.
Yeah, but as great of a horror movie as Nightmare on Elm Street is, and regardless of the many pros I give this film, there is one thing a couple things that I have a problem with.
Ooh.
And I think all of the acting is way too cheesy. Like
But you gotta give it some credit because it's a long time ago.
Mid '80s.
well, yeah,
you know,
but they're
Final Friday the 13th,
right and
Halloween. That one, come on now. The
oh
acting
no,
in that
yeah,
movie is
like
horrible.
there are plenty of piss poor performances in older horror films, but I don't know. I don't want to give it too much of a pass because there have been phenomenal performances in
Yeah,
earlier
like the
movies.
remake with Rooney Mara. How about that one?
No, we don't count the remake.
Neither does Rooney.
But so that's one complaint. I don't like all the performances really. I think Robert Englund does a fantastic job as Freddy though. He's just so in the character. I love it. The other big gripe I have is some inconsistencies with the rules of the movie and more importantly the ending. I still don't understand the ending.
Well, see, the ending wasn't supposed to be like that.
Right, that's what I heard
They
too.
originally would. The ending was just gonna have them drive away,
Mhm.
and then have a shot of the girls skipping rope. No
Right.
car scene where the thing comes down, and no mannequin getting pulled through the window.
Yeah,
But New Line wanted to end it on a
because they wanted to
milk it for a sequel.
Yeah.
But I like that you don't know if she either fell asleep or slipped into a coma. There was a point in the remake did a good thing where they added this. I assumed it was happening in the original one, but they gave it a name. They called it micro naps. So the longer you were staying up, you were dreaming even though you were awake because your brain is falling asleep.
Yeah.
So I think in that moment, Nancy was up so late and up so much that I think maybe she did fall asleep and never woke up until she got stuck in a dream.
Right, and that stuff I read as well, and especially with
Of course she didn't, because in 3 she came back and she was a therapist. So.
Yeah, right. But the thing is with the ending, and more specifically the build up toward the ending, there are a lot of inconsistencies, and the movie breaks its own rules. And like with the thing with micronaps, I read that as well. But the thing is, the movie doesn't establish the micronaps at all, therefore leaving the audience with the feeling of what the hell is going on.
Yeah.
Like with the whole Freddy tongue thing, like why is Freddy able to do that when to the audience she's clearly awake without the movie establishing that she's in and out of dreamland? You know, that's just a major inconsistency that I have with the movie.
I think that's what they were trying to do, is they were trying to I think they were trying confusing you to make sure. Right. I guess.
Is she asleep? Is she awake?
She's asleep. She's awake.
No, yeah, I understood that as well, but the movie didn't do anything to establish a subtle crossing or a subtle line between dream and reality.
I think that's yeah, it is a fault, but it also plays a good thing too as well, because you don't. Oh damn! I don't want to make this reference. Never mind. You don't. Yeah. I understand what you're saying. Like you want, but you don't want it to be obvious for that type of movie.
Right.
Actually, especially nowadays, I think maybe you should make it obvious because the audience isn't as smart as they were, because they're getting everything handed to them on a silver platter.
Oh, I hate
But
that
back
bullshit.
in the day, we could at least think more when we go into the theater, and our brains can do more processing. That maybe half the audience did know. Okay, maybe she is in a dream. Maybe she's not. You know, we don't know. Is she awake? Is she sleeping? Did Johnny Depp really get sucked into a bed and turned into a pile of goop? Like,
I got some facts for you.
Yeah.
So over 500 gallons of fake blood was used for this movie.
That's awesome.
Wow.
I feel like
incredible.
50% of it was in that bedroom for Johnny Depp.
Oh yeah.
And they almost got electrocuted.
The movie was
Heard
shot.
about that too,
The
yeah.
movie was shot in 30 days.
Yep.
And it saved New Line Cinema from bankruptcy.
Yep.
Wow, that's cool. That's really cool.
Yeah, it's called The House That Freddy Built. That's what the nickname for New Line was.
Yep.
Yeah.
So he wouldn't have no Lord of the Rings or.
Yep.
Right.
You know.
No, yeah. Like I said again. I mean, I think Nightmare does so many things correct. You know, and to this day, I don't think many horror films can really even touch the legacy that Nightmare.
It made me sad watching this movie because I was like, horror movies suck now.
Yeah.
No, they do.
This is why isn't it like better than this? This was like how many years ago? And like we have like crap
34
horror
years
movies now.
Right.
In 30 years it's changed. But Bob Shea can be thanking Wes Craven until the day he dies that he saved New Line.
Yeah.
Well, and then fucked him over as well with all the residuals and stuff.
Yeah.
And then he got New Nightmare. And then
But yeah, I mean, I have little gripes with it. Like, I would honestly label them as nitpicks if I went into like everything that I found wrong with the movie.
Yeah.
But for a majority of it,
Still holds up.
it still holds up. Absolutely. You know, I still have my gripe with the ending and the whole not enough establishment with the micro dreams. I still have that gripe, you know, but
yeah.
from acts 1 to 3, it's fantastic.
It is.
You know?
I like that you get a sense of dread in a way, or unease.
Yeah.
Especially that lady who played the mom. Like she's in her own movie half the time, and so she really
It was shot in 30 days, so she
was
probably
she was in her.
she
was
didn't
in
know
a-
what movie she was in.
I thought she was the worst actress.
Yeah.
I was like, who hired? Are you sleeping
If
with
you
us?
actually, if you listen to the commentary, they make jokes like she was, she was on her own thing, doing her own thing.
Yeah.
But I like the way her acting was horrible, but I like the feeling of confusion. She almost made me confused and a little bit uneasy the way she the way she was talking to. It was like a role reversal. So all of a sudden, the mom's the kid and the kid's the mom. Like when she slams the vodka on the ground, and that also creeped me out too. The mom had a drinking problem, which as well.
I love the fact that all the parents in the movie are so screwed up.
Oh yeah.
They're either alcoholics, they abandoned the family.
Yep.
There's something wrong with all the parents.
Exactly.
Real life, man.
Well, because what they did, they killed Freddy.
Yeah. But you know what? The one thing I noticed though.
Spoiler alert! 30 years later.
I think the only parents that are not as screwed up is Glenn's parents, and I'm thinking that Glenn moved into the neighborhood. Yeah. That's what I'm getting.
Because I don't know. At the same time, they are, he takes the phone off the hook.
Yeah.
And he's also watching her through the window. I think maybe they were part of it. I think every person who was attacked by Freddy, they were a part. Their parents had something to do with the death.
Yeah.
Well, but then that whole thing got skewered after 12 movies, so
Yeah.
we don't really know.
Yeah. But as Nightmare on Elm Street 1, like if you just count that one movie without counting the others, it's
Or like what Casey Becker says, the first one's good, but the rest sucks.
Yeah, I don't care for the sequels.
You don't like 4?
No.
Oh God.
Was 4 the one with the moped?
Yeah.
I don't even like 3.
See,
3 is supposedly the saving grace of
3
it.
was okay. I love Patricia Arquette's acting in
Cax.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah.
She's really good in that, even though she had a shitty fucking time on that movie, and so they didn't come back for the next one. But yeah, I give it. I mean, I give it a 3 out of 4 because the movie has aged over time. You can tell, but it still works today.
Oh yeah.
But
absolutely.
at the same time, there's a lot of faults in it. But for the era it was the era of slasher movies.
Yeah.
Yeah, as a standalone movie, I agree. 3 out of 4.
Yeah.
That's my rating as well. I give it 3 stars. The funny thing is like just the ending not satisfying. It interests me because Wes Craven, he hates the movie ending. He did hate it. He passed away and everything. But it's so interesting that how the producer pushed for this ending that he didn't want. And Wes Craven just kind of shut down when people asked him about it. It's just so interesting to me.
I think also because Wes Craven he wasn't Wes Craven then.
He was still...
He was Wes Craven, but he wasn't.
He was Wes.
He was Wes.
He was Wes.
Yeah. I don't think he had that power yet. I think it came after this movie.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And you could have been bitter about it until the time of his death.
Well, he also, a lot of people don't realize that he became a shitty director. Like he was known as a shitty director. And then they were really hesitant to hire him for Scream because he had wasn't box office success after Nightmare. Right. And when they hired him for Scream, they were
Man, if he didn't direct Scream, it would have been a travesty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was his movie to direct.
That was his movie.
Yeah.
So I think his saving grace was Scream, and I think Nightmare on Elm Street is what put him on the map.
Mm-hmm. I see it as Freddy Krueger is Wes Craven's Mickey Mouse in a way.
Yeah.
That's how I see it.
It is.
Freddy Krueger is legit the scariest.
Well, I mean, like when he was
terrifying.
his story, he remembers seeing a guy in a fedora-looking hat or whatever the hell the thing's called, and looking at him up at the street and hearing him come into the lobby of his apartment building. Like that was the whole thing. That's where it came from. And then with the stories about the kids dying in their sleep, and then L.A. Times article,
Now Freddy Krueger gave me creeps, man. Every time he was on screen.
He is everyone's nightmare.
Like Mike Myers, you can run away. Jason.
Every time I hear Mike Myers, I think of the damn fucking Austin Powers.
Michael Myers.
Michael Myers. Mike Myers.
But Krueger, you cannot get away from that guy. You're gonna have to sleep eventually.
What's
until you take psychosis medicine, and then he battles Jason.
Micro nap.
What's the favorite scene in the movie for you guys?
Johnny Depp scene. It's classic.
You like this? Yeah,
it's like over the top. Yeah. Like what?
It's a good scene. Yeah,
just so much gore. So much gore. What is in that bed?
It's a good scene. I love that. I mean, I love that scene. It's great.
It's famous.
Yeah. What about you, Will? Since it's your favorite film.
I'll go last.
Oh, okay.
I'll go last.
I personally love the scene where the mom finally tells Nancy what happened to Freddy.
It's a good scene.
Oh man, come on.
No, because you know
Your
why?
favorite scene doesn't involve blood.
No, you know why? Because in that scene, the mystery is unraveled a little bit, but it's still enough to make you feel terrified even more. And the acting by both those actresses got better in that one scene. I think they're corny throughout the movie, but in that one scene, they're actually pretty good.
Yeah.
Oh well.
Oh. I like the beginning scene.
Oh yeah.
I like the beginning scene because they played it off as, you thought she was the main character.
Oh yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
I don't think the blonde always dies. I don't think that rule existed in the 80s around that time at least.
When did the black guy rule happen?
Shining,
When did that
right?
start?
Wasn't it Shining?
Did The Shining start the
Yeah.
black guy rule?
I think it's Shining.
I feel it's around that time.
Because the guy arrives at the hotel and then Jack Nicholson just offs him. Like, he just got there.
So that's like almost 50 years of black guy dies first
Yeah.
in movies. But
Oh yeah, that's true.
the beginning is your favorite?
I do. I like the beginning. I like I like when she wakes up and her nails are all or her shirt's all scratched and her mom comes in and she's with the hooker or she's the hooker with the man. She's like, better cut your nails and stop that kind of dreaming. I'm like, what the fuck? You're telling your daughter to stop that kind of dreaming? What the fuck are you talking about?
You know,
So it also gave it that weird, unsettling feeling. Like, this mom's fucking crazy. Okay, like, we're in this real life situation.
You know, Tina's death legitimately scared me.
I like it, but at the same time, the only thing of the remake, I liked how they did it in the remake.
Really?
I liked how they portrayed that in the remake. Because in the original one, you knew it was a room twirling around, and there was just the inconsistencies in edits. But that's also because it was 1984.
Yeah, they didn't have CG.
But I like her death, but I have to picture it as the remake because the way they did it in the remake, that's the only thing that I liked about the Bat movie. It was the way they had her death scene.
But yeah, I loved Nightmare.
Yeah, it's classic. It's
Thank
a
you
classic.
for recommending it to me so I could appreciate the magic that went on with the movie. Because you don't see movies like that anymore.
You don't.
You sense that Wes Craven works so hard with Nightmare. It's beautiful.
And then you can, they can always say Happy Death Day is going to be the next horror franchise type of thing.
Oh my god!
But
Please go away.
I don't think that is gonna. We're in another era where, before Scream, we were in another era where horror movies are becoming this thing, and we're waiting for that Scream type of movie, that lightning in the bottle to recharge horror. And I don't think Happy Death Day is going to be the new final.
Yeah, no way in hell.
I've been waiting nearly 2 decades for Nirvana to come back. The lightning in the bottle rock band that just makes rap go away. Let's we should make a bet. Is the next big rock band gonna come first, or the next good horror movie?
It's been almost 29 years, right? Because they were 80, mid 80s. Yeah. 85, 86.
You know, there have been legitimately great horror films, but I feel like there are post horror.
Yeah.
Like you look at Hereditary. I love that movie.
That's not a horror movie. That's a
Hereditary,
psychological thriller.
it's a
but
minus a girl getting her head cut off. Spoiler.
But there are some real terrifying images.
I finally
in there,
watched it,
and I
fucking hated it.
I think that
I told Randall. Randall went without me
I liked
because
it.
I don't know why I was busy or something, and he was all like fuck this movie, and I was like okay, and I'm like okay, maybe I shouldn't watch it because it looks scary. So I read the Wikipedia. I do that sort of movies I hate. I read the plot of the Wikipedia. Yeah. And I was like, oh hell no, I'm not gonna see this movie alone. And then I saw it, and I was like, oh, okay, I get why everyone's pissed off that she was snubbed for an Oscar.
Yeah.
The thing I don't like about.
But see, people are mistaken. They're confusing psychological thrillers and psychological horror with horror slasher movies.
Like Get Out. Get Out is a psychological thriller.
There's a difference between Michael Myers, I'm gonna stab you, and Get Out, I'm gonna take over your brain.
It's weird because now it's like it's either a psychological thriller or it's like a snuff film.
Or
there's like no in between now. It's over excessive, terrible gore, or just kind of scary.
We went, and then the ghost stories are finally dying out. We had a really long year of a lot of like Paranormal Activity type of movies, and those are finally going away.
Thank God.
think La Llorona is probably the most ghost type of movie we're gonna get in this year.
I don't know, man. Pet Sematary trailer scared.
That ain't ghosts.
That's zombies.
Did
you see the original?
Not the whole thing. I don't think.
You got the twist though, right? So instead of the boy, it's the daughter, the older daughter doing it. I like that. I like that twist, but I'm hoping the little boy dies too as well, just to keep in line with the book.
I've always wanted to read the book. I've never read the book, so I might try to do that before it comes out. I also got to read Catch-22 because that's coming out on Amazon.
But you know what? The one thing that they have. What is Catch-22?
Oh, did you read it?
No, not yet. I'm reading Tom Sawyer.
Is that a baseball movie?
Catch-22 is about the military.
Oh, you see, I'm uneducated.
It's a satirical. It's a satirical book, according to my understanding. Yeah.
Let me just tell you, everyone, please stop trying to make another Stranger Things It type of movie. Yeah, we've got it already. There was another one. There was like an independent movie that looked exactly like a mixture of that. We got it. It was a success. Stop trying to redo it. As in, like, stop trying to make that era. Stop trying to do that. Yeah. I feel like a lot of these horror movies where they try to include kids, they're trying to do an It, Stranger Things type of scenario. Mm-hmm. You know.
The audience is...
We are over the 80s already. The 80s came back 3 years ago where we want something different. Or at least me. That's my opinion. I don't know about everyone else's.
We're just 1 year short of being back in the roaring 20s.
But,
Bullshit. Bullshit. I don't like it.
You didn't like it?
You didn't like it?
No.
Oh, I thought it was...
I didn't like the... Yeah, that's a whole nother podcast.
I'm just kind of excited to see what they're gonna do if they make it into a sequel.
Now,
like when they make it into a sequel.
I didn't. It was over. I think it's overrated, but it was way better than the miniseries.
Oh yeah, I agree with that.
I will definitely say, because was I with you when the Han Solo casting? What did I show you? Or did you see the Han Solo casting?
What about it?
Okay, I'll show you after this podcast. So how they have, I think there's a poster on here, but so
lost in translation.
The casting for It Part 2, I think is so brilliant. The way they casted all of those older actors to portray the younger kids, I think that is gonna make me want to see Part 2. Also, that Chris Pratt's not in it. I am not a Chris Pratt fan. That's just me.
You're not a fan of Chris Pratt being Chris Pratt in every movie he's in?
I'm a fan of his wife, but I'm not or his ex-wife.
Yeah.
But I'm not a fan of Chris Pratt.
Who's he dating now? Isn't he married?
He's engaged to Schwarzenegger.
Oh, yeah. Nicole?
Catherine or something?
Catherine? He's going to be part of the family, man. The governor.
But again, back to, they got to stop confusing that type of horror with psychological and that kind of stuff.
It's hard because they got to try to make a new thing.
Yeah. That's why studios only greenlight remakes, because they can pocket off the title of the movie.
You know what? You know who should write and then have someone good direct it? They should have Hideo Kojima write something.
Oh yeah.
Because remember that PS4 game that never came out?
Yeah. That was fucking
PG.
PT.
Yeah, PT.
Stood for playable trailer or teaser.
My God.
No, it was Silent Hill PT.
Well, yeah.
Silent Hill.
Like, they marketed
I
it as
swear to
PT.
God,
that game creeped me the hell out, man.
Resident Evil 2 right now is creeping me out, but that game, that was scary. That was really scary.
Yeah.
For a video game.
Yeah.
Again, I was getting annoyed with repetitiveness, but as it kept progressing, I was just like...
Yeah, it just got worse. Alita.
Attila the Hun? Attila the Hun.
Attila Battle Angel.
Rosa Salazar. Is that her last name, right?
Salazar.
I'm so glad they're finally giving her recognition. She's such a great actress. Like, you don't even know.
Oh, man.
Just seeing from the trailers how good of a performance she's probably going to give.
Dude, she does a great job.
The
mocap is fantastic.
Can't wait to see it.
I didn't even know. I was surprised. I got off work on Wednesday and I was looking at what's out and I was like, oh my God, I can watch it?
Yeah.
It's so good. Everyone needs to watch this. If you love anime, go watch this movie.
Yeah. It's really good. And the audience, the movie-going audience really has to get their heads out of their asses. Everything's not bad. Stop being negative on every little thing.
They're just like the eyes. Oh, the eyes throw me off. Watch the movie. It's
Go
you don't even,
get a $200 million to make your own fucking
Yeah.
movie. Like, you know, just enjoy what someone else made for you, and don't let that negativity and you being a bandwagoner because everyone else hates it cloud your judgment on what this movie's about and how they did it.
I'd like to say it's probably the best adaptation I've ever seen from comic book
Really,
to movie. It's so good.
You know,
I don't want to overhype it
Yeah.
because you guys haven't watched it yet, but
I can't wait.
You
It
know,
is.
I'll go see this movie and I'll be fair. I go into every movie anticipating a 2 because a 2 is right down the middle.
Yeah.
It's not offensive. It's
Yeah.
not great. It's just
Exactly.
there. That's my anticipation for every film.
Yeah.
But if I see inconsistencies or if I see, mostly inconsistencies, or if I hear bad dialogue,
Yeah.
I'm one of those people that will call it out on it. And of course, I haven't written a movie. I haven't made.
Oh
a
yeah,
movie.
exactly.
But I feel like
But see-
audiences are getting smarter to notice these things, and that's why I'm one of those people that nitpick
It's a
almost
small
everything.
it's a small population.
Yeah.
You're in a sea of a tiny little bit of people who actually go in there with an actual
Critical
thought
eye.
and critical eye on what it is. But there are a lot of stupid people out there who just hate the movie because everyone else hates it.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
It's like,
yeah.
well, this Aladdin thing. I've never seen the cartoons. That's why my new thing now is I'm gonna watch every fucking Disney movie before Lion King comes out, which is gonna be difficult. But with this Aladdin thing, everyone hates this. Everyone hates this movie, but does everyone really hate it, or do they just hate it because everyone else hates it?
Mhm.
You know what I mean?
It's too much bandwagon
We-
mentality going
you
on
know,
now.
social media is good for things, but I think studios can profit off advertising, but it also will kill them because it's giving a billion people a voice to say your film sucks, so it won't make money at the box office.
So what I'm hoping to happen with this movie, because there's a lot of people that are like tearing it down before they.
now
give it a
is
chance.
it the U.S. release or is it overseas? Is it doing good overseas? Because a lot of the times the films that suck here because people don't understand do way better, like Fast and all those movies. They do way
I
better.
feel like
over
it's
there.
gonna. I haven't looked it up, but I feel like it's gonna kill overseas. But like, this is one of those movies where I think word of mouth is gonna improve the box office take.
Yeah.
Because like Edge of Tomorrow, like I saw that movie at premiere night, and I told everybody to go watch that because it was so good. You watched that?
Oh,
by
okay, wait.
accident.
I mean, I was like, oh, you went to the premiere for Edge of 17? But
No,
I'm
no,
like,
Edge of
wait, Edge
Tomorrow.
of Tomorrow?
And I think Alita's gonna get a lot of word of mouth craze going because
Yeah.
it's a ride. I don't even. I don't know if I'd call it a movie. It's like I'm just with the movie the whole time. It just flowed.
Okay,
Like-
let's see.
When it ended 2 hours and 20 minutes into it,
Holy Lord.
I was like, I want more.
Yeah.
I wanted more. I didn't want it to end. So
See, and also people have to. Rotten Tomatoes has gotten so shitty nowadays.
you can't even go off of Rotten
People
Tomatoes anymore.
gotta stop going to Rotten Tomatoes. Like
Yeah,
Rotten Tomatoes is getting rotten.
I think the
There are some
falling off
good people
point
over
was
there.
Force Awakens. That's when they're
Yeah.
like, can't trust those.
Hello. What was the? It was the new Ghostbusters movie got a better rating than that movie. Like
Yeah.
or something like that. It was so ridiculous.
Yeah.
Yeah, Christoph Waltz, great job.
This is
Jennifer
Oh, that's
Connelly.
right, he's in that movie.
Yeah,
Christopher
Jennifer
Waltz.
Connelly looks hot still. I'm a Jennifer Connelly fan.
No, I loved her in Requiem. She was amazing in Requiem.
You like dark fucking movies, man.
No, you know what?
I don't like talking about Requiem. I know she was in it. And I liked her performance, but
Yeah.
stop watching the dark shit, man. Watch some funny stuff.
No, I love funny stuff. I really do.
That's why my homework for you every time is like nice movies.
No, what did I watch that was a comedy that I absolutely loved? Oh, this is no. Well, I gotta.
What are you gonna
think
say? Death to Smoochie?
I was gonna say okay. This movie it's a guilty pleasure, and I will call this movie out on its problems. But I love Just Friends.
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah, I
Oh,
love
that's
it.
sad.
But I will acknowledge the flaws, and I will point it out constantly to if anyone asks me.
Yeah, so yeah, next time we get together, we'll talk about Alita and see what
Alita
you
Battle Angel production budget was $170 million.
Mm-hmm.
So February 15th. Is that today? That's
Yeah.
today, right?
No,
No.
today's the 16th.
So yesterday, domestic box office was only $16,246,232.
I think it'll pick up.
Worldwide, foreign, it grossed $35 million.
It has to pick
So-
up. This movie is good.
I mean, I'm going off by what every person in America does is reading the headlines. Apparently, it says domestic box office. James Cameron is heading to the 37 million over 5 days. 37 million over 5 days. It just came out 5 days ago, right? So I mean, do you think that's a box office tank if it's only made that much in a week. But see, we're in a weird era. We got the Lego movie, which is tanking too as well. Are we? Is this a dead period for movies?
Usually January, February is when studios put out movies they don't know if it's gonna do well or not. Mm-hmm. So I feel like if it came out November, December, it would have done better. But it's in that.
But then that's usually area. the Marvel month, right? Because they always release a Marvel movie during that December, November range.
This is why it should have came out earlier, because it's good. It's really gory too. I'm surprised it got a PG-13 because it was giving me some Mortal Kombat 11 vibes.
That's cool.
With I
can't wait.
It's not like.
It's not gory, but it's
not blood gory because they're
Is
like
it better
cyborgs.
than Dragon Ball Evolution? That's all I want.
It's way better than Dragon Ball Evolution.
Okay.
I was watching it.
Is that a fair comparison, though?
I was watching it with my brother.
A turd. To,
I was watching it with my brother, and I was like, if Toriyama watches this, he's gonna walk out because he's gonna be so upset that this one was so well adapted for the screen.
Yeah.
And Evolutions was a disgraceful mess.
Oh.
Like Alita, if you watch the OVAs. Mm-hmm. It's not exactly a shot for shot, but it's heavily influenced into.
What's also James Cameron? I mean, okay, Robert Rodriguez is in it. He's doing his thing, but James Cameron is producing this. He's pulling strings, making sure you're not fucking it up.
He gave them his Avatar team to do the motion capture for.
Nice.
Yeah, so it's just flawless. Like the CG is so good. Like Alita's like a real person to me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like, she looked real in the movie.
She is a real person. She's Rosa Salazar.
Yeah, of course. But her, like...
I don't understand why everyone's all fucking over with those eyes. I mean, come on.
It looks fine,
It's an anime, for crying out loud. It's not freaking Love Actually or something like that.
When I first watched the trailer, right, the eyes was the last thing to piss me off. Like, I wasn't even concerned about the eyes. I was looking at what the trailer was showing me as an audience member. Mm-hmm. As an audience member,
nothing as bad as the Titanic trailer. I'm sorry to tell you that. 4 minutes.
As an audience member, I wasn't hooked with what I was shown. And the eyes was, like, the least of my concerns. I was concerned about, how they're going to get me invested to go see the movie. And as that, the trailer didn't work for me. But like I said, the trailer's not going to be a factor when I eventually see the movie.
It's not a good trailer.
No, that's people have... It. Everyone says, "Oh, they're giving so much away in the trailers." No. I think they've learned their lesson from the Terminator Genesis trailer, where they gave away the main plot of the movie in the fucking trailer.
It's kind of like Guardians of the Galaxy 2. I wish I didn't watch those trailers because it kind of ruined it for me.
I don't think we should ever go off by a trailer. Just like how everyone's pissed off over this genie thing. Again, I don't have the nostalgic glasses over my eyes to see Robin Williams' cartoon character. But at the same time, the movie doesn't come out till when? July or something? Or it comes out after Lion King, right?
Mm-hmm.
So,
Don't
go off a trailer. Don't go off a teaser trailer, a Super Bowl spot.
Yeah. No, like with what you're saying, I completely agree. You can't bring a trailer mentality into when you actually see the movie. Yeah, and that's why I see a movie with a 2 out of 4 mentality.
I didn't even give a rating for Nightmare. Did we give a ratings for Nightmare? Or did we totally forget?
No, I said 4.
You gave it a 3.
Oh, 3.
I didn't say anything.
You gave it a 3.
You gave it a 3, and I said I gave it a 3 too.
Yeah, I gave it a 3.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
3 star.
I got lost.
Jeez.
I'm sitting on my desk at work. I think I'm working.
So
that was Brandon's preview of Alita.
What's it going to be? So is that going to be the homework? We're just going to do Alita? And
I think we should. I think Alita should just be the main meat. Yeah. Like how we did Spider-Verse. That was the main meat because it was relatively new.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so...
That was our thoughts on Buster Scruggs, Edge of 17, and Nightmare on Elm Street.
And we all gave pretty good ratings this time.
Yeah, we actually got a 4 out of 4 from him, which is nice to hear, finally.
Yeah.
I know what movies to suggest to you now.
Yeah.
I think Will is the Simon. You're the Paula. And I feel like I'm the Randy.
You're the...
For a minute
Paula.
There. Really?
It was
For a minute there, I was thinking, who is Simon? And I realized, okay.
You're the Simon.
Really?
Because you hate everything right off the bat.
I'm honest. Okay.
No, which is great. I'm glad that we have honest opinions, It's a good variety
I guess I
opinions.
am.
Yeah. But anyway,
I like to think in the general audience kind of way.
Okay.
I think that's where I'm. I guess Paula.
Yes.
Yeah.
Paula
So,
Abdul.
Come on.
So the
I think you guys are bloody ridiculous.
hey, you know what?
Let's just
Paula
wrap
has the
this
most talent out of all
podcast
three of
up.
them.
Yeah, she does. Thank you.
Okay,
I'm just
so next
Yeah.
our homework assignment is Alita, which is directed by Rodriguez, written by Cameron.
Is that a $6 movie on Tuesdays? I just want to make sure. I don't want to spend $17 for that.
I paid to watch it in 3D,
Oh.
but you don't have to. There's only like one scene where it's really cool in 3D, but you don't have to. You can just watch it 2D.
Okay, wait, cut that part out. That sounds fucked up. Never mind.
Why?
Nah.
I don't want to sound. I want them to win because I like Rosa Salazar, but I don't want to go. Is there a $6 movie? Because I don't want to pay $17.
There's nothing wrong with that. Everyone on God's green earth asks for $6 movies.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with us asking that.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Okay, well-
I think it'll be fine.
So this is
So-
Simon. We were wrapping up.
Uh,
Paula and Randy.
This is Randy, and we're
Oh,
watching.
that's
No, I'm not-
bullshit.
I'm not
You
saying-
named yourself Randy because your name is Randall.
No, because I feel like I'm somewhere in the middle of
Uh-huh.
nasty and nice.
Okay, goodbye, everybody.
All right.
Okay, bye.